Ever wonder how some of baseball's most bizarre batting stances led to legendary careers? From Jeff Bagwell's infamous crouch to Gary Sheffield's intimidating bat waggle. These quirky setups have left fans and analysts scratching their heads. Baseball isn't just about stats and strategies, it's about personality and flair. Today, we're diving into the weirdest batting stances in MLB history. Stick around as we explore how these unconventional setups redefined the game and inspired a generation of players and fans alike. Number 13. Tony Batista. Of all the players on this list, Tony Batista looked the most like a guy who had never swung a bat in his life. Over the course of his 11-year career, Batista made 2 All-Star teams and hit 221 home runs when he finally got around to swinging. Batista positioned his front foot on the outside rear corner of the batter's box, effectively facing the pitcher head-on while planting his back foot in a position that was about usual. He would wave the bat in front of his face, then jerk it back as the pitcher started his action. His back straight and his knees locked. Number 12. Wilver Dornell. In addition to being one of the game's greatest power hitters, Wilver Dornell, Willie Stargell, made a lasting impression on fans with his batting posture. Willie, a towering figure, was renowned for his rhythmic windup and strong, whirling swing, which could send the ball flying out of the park. Kids would mimic his technique in backyard wiffle ball games, inspired by their favorite MLB players. Youngsters aspired to emulate Pop's on-field exploits because of his legendary batting stance, which included a high bat angle and a forceful follow-through following the most powerful of hacks. Number 11. Jeff Bagwell. One of the most well-known instances of an unusual but powerful batting stance is still Jeff Bagwell's low crouch. Bagwell squatted deeply, his legs apart, giving him a look that seemed awkward and uncomfortable. Early in his career, coaches and observers attacked his posture, even speculating it would cut his major tenure. But Bagwell's great swing mechanics and extraordinary discipline produced a Hall of Fame career with almost 450 home runs. Ironically, the Red Sox moved him partially due to uncertainty over his posture, a decision now regarded as among the worst in MLB history. Number 10. Craig Counsell. Another hitter-breaking convention is Craig Counsell's honest, almost giraffe-like posture. Counsell started experimenting with his arrangement after going through a difficult period in his profession, and finally took a posture in which he stood upright with his hands held high overhead. An experience with country artist Garth Brooks, who once stole a hit from Counsell during spring training, inspired the change in some measure. Counsell's changed approach helped him revive his career, which resulted in 2 World Series championships and a 16-season run. Number 9. Aaron Rowand. Aaron Rowand's posture is easiest described as someone with an extremely straight back seated with their feet pointing out an invisible stool or other seating surface. According to Robert Rubino, first, as he settles bowleg in the batter's box, he does some sort of retro homage to Elvis the Pelvis, now there was a nickname, as he bends his knees and seems to slowly gyral his hips. Then, he holds his bat at groin level parallel to the ground. He gently wags the bat while still standing bow-legged and undulating his hips. We have not much else to say, but Rowand was an all-star in 2007 and hit 309 with 27 home runs for the Philadelphia Phillies, so all that bold undulating paid off. Number 8. Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield's bat wiggle is among baseball's most identifiable and frightening stances. Standing tall with his feet firmly planted, Sheffield waved his bat fiercely back and forth, generating an aggressive and erratic air. Designed to throw off pitchers and lock Sheffield into his swing mechanics, this seemingly disorganized action was a psychological weapon. Inspired by Rickey Henderson's swagger and confidence, Sheffield's stance helped him smash over 500 home runs and establish himself as among the most feared hitters of his time. Number 7. Julio Franco. Julio Franco's batting stance was as unusual as his extraordinary career span in professional baseball. Franco angled rearward from his bat high above his head, his torso slanted toward the pitcher. Though it appeared unnatural, the posture let Franco produce remarkable bat speed and contact. This distinct approach at the plate not only made Franco a feared hitter, but also a favorite for young baseball fans to mimic, hoping to channel some of his batting prowesses into their own game. Kids admired the longevity of his career as well, with Franco playing in the major leagues until the age of 49, a testament to the success of his unique hitting style. Number 6. Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro Suzuki swung his full body rather than just the bat. He would first coil while keeping his knees together. He used a high leg kick and a fast front foot plant as the pitch came in, which caused his legs, arms, and bat to move across the zone in a sort of pirouette. Ichiro used a swing designed for contact, producing some force as he smacked and sprayed the ball in the desired location. In 19 MLB seasons, he amassed 3,089 hits while playing until he was 45. Number 5. Jeff Bagwell. The upper portion of Jeff Bagwell's swing was unremarkable. However, once you got below the waist, the situation became more interesting. Bagwell positioned his feet as widely as possible without executing a split. A major league batter's box measured 6 feet in length, and Bagwell nearly covered that spread. Proceed to retrieve your tape measure and attempt it at home. Attempt to strike a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Bagwell achieved notable success, hitting 449 home runs with a .948 career OPS, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017. Number 4. Kevin Youkilis. For many strange hitting positions, sportsmen find psychological anchors. For this routine, Kevin Youkilis, for example, split his hands on the bat and aimed them at the pitcher. Although the posture appeared strange, it helped Youkilis remain calm and keep his timing, which finally resulted in a good MLB career. Likewise, some players use exaggerated motions to boost confidence or divert themselves from obsessing, therefore emphasizing the psychological side of hitting. It produced results, as Youkilis hit .281 with a .861 OPS and made 3 All-Star appearances during his 10 big league seasons. Number 3. Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield hit 509 home runs during his career thanks to his lightning-fast swing. Furthermore, his bat was rarely motionless. Sheffield's lumbar was constantly moving as he waited for the ball, wriggling and waving at the pitcher like a menacing helicopter blade. Although all of its movement can throw off a hitter's timing, it was effective. Ex-MLB center fielder Darrell Hamilton told Tyler Kepner of the New York Times, "But he knows what he's doing. It may look strange, but when that bat head goes through the strike zone, it's perfect." Number 2. Rickey Henderson. Baseball's all-time stolen base king, Rickey Henderson, is most remembered for his exploits on the base paths. However, a major factor in his Hall of Fame success was his distinct style at the plate. Henderson was listed at a modest 5'10", but his striking zone was further reduced by his prominent crouch, which necessitated pushing his chest forward and bending his knees to an extreme. Henderson holds the record for most runs, 2,295, and walks, 2,190, in addition to the stolen base record, and his crouch didn't impede his hitting, as he swatted 297 home runs with an .820 OPS. Number 1. Honorable mentions. Other off-the-rack stances include players such as Cal Ripken Jr., who adjusted their posture regularly, guided by feel and instinct. Among numerous tests Ripken conducted during his legendary career was his famed violin stance, in which he slid his bat across his shoulder like a bow. Similarly, Shohei Ohtani's change from a leg kick in Japan to a toe tap in MLB best shows the recent movement toward simplified techniques. Ohtani's change enhanced his performance, but also emphasized how often efficiency trumps original techniques. Prospects like Bryce Harper and Zach Neto have likewise streamlined their positions to fit the demands of high-velocity pitching. Strange batting stances are still a beloved aspect of baseball history, even if they are declining. They represent a time when players used their settings to reflect their personalities, and uniqueness flourished. Fans and young players still find inspiration in legendary positions like those of Gary Sheffield, Jeff Bagwell, and Kevin Youkilis, since they show that success in baseball often calls for embracing the unusual. From quirky routines to record-breaking swings, these stances prove that baseball's beauty lies in its unpredictability. Which of these unique setups stand out to you? Let us know, and don't forget to share this journey into the weird and wonderful world of MLB stances.